everyone, welcome to Game Latte. Before we get started, I'd like to preface this by saying I'm very sorry for the lack of updates and videos. I've been meaning to do many more of these. It's just that I found myself very busy in summer, especially in August. And I've had very little sleep, and I've had a lot of people come over, and we've been to a lot of parties and barbecues and all kinds of stuff. And it's just been a little crazy. But now that school has officially started today, actually yesterday was the first day, but it was just a half day. So my daughter was only gone for like 2 hours. It wasn't even a half day then, it was just the introductions. So I thought today would be a good day to just get a whole bunch of recording done. So hopefully we should get more updates this week and during the weekend. So yay! And hopefully I can keep up with the rate from now on. You may hear a lot of pitter-patter and stuff going on in the background. It's because, first of all, I've got 2 new kittens, and they're freaking adorable, and they're playing right now and making a racket. Sorry. The other thing is I have a dog named Nigel. He's under my desk right now, so I don't know when he'll move, but watch out for that. And I'm also dog sitting for a friend, so I have another mini schnauzer around here somewhere named Jacob. I'm not going to say his name out loud because he'll just run to me. He's very friendly and nice, and he gets along with all of my other pets. But I'm just surrounded by pets, so if you hear something, that's what it is. Alright, to get started, first of all, I am drinking a latte again, back to my old regular stuff. There's no flavoring, it's just in this one. However, the froth is excellent. And that's all thanks to my lovely husband, who seen my avid interest in pina coladas this summer and decided to go get me a magic bullet. Now the magic bullet is basically this tiny little blender, and it's called the one-shot blender, and you can make 1 to 2 drinks with it. And it basically it crushes ice. It's awesome. It crushes and blends anything. You can make sauces, you can make baby food, you can make whatever you can dream about. Basically, it's awesome. And there's 2 blending styles. There's the normal one that just blends normally, and then there's an ultra fast one which will just not blend, it will liquefy almost things very finely. And that's what I use to froth. And it makes, really, I don't know if you can see, but it makes really nice latte froth. I'm not using my hand thing anymore, which I actually ended up breaking. I ended up breaking the glass part of it, so the magic bullet was actually a really good gift. So if anybody's looking for any coffee lovers out there, or people that just like to make sauces or dips or anything, magic bullet is freaking wonderful. I don't know if it's an infomercial, I wouldn't be surprised. It's one of those type of products, but I love mine to bits. Alright, so the topic today for Game Latte is betas and people expecting to get into them. So you've probably heard by now that the Star Wars The Old Republic beta has been delayed, pushed back, or canceled, I guess. And people were completely in a rage about that. Not everybody, but of course a portion of the fan base completely overreacted. And it's not really the first time I've seen something like this when it concerns MMOs. So I just wanted to record a message and try to get people to realize a few things about betas. First of all, Star Wars The Old Republic did something a little different than most MMOs, but not different from other games. Now you have to realize that BioWare and EA by extension, but BioWare are a single player producer and developer mostly. Anyway, and they're used to basically sending out pre-orders before their game is done. They know the game is going to come out months from now, but they have the pre-orders. That's nothing new. They've done this with Mass Effect, they've done this with Dragon Age. I don't know if they've done it with older games than that, because older games than that I've played after launches, like way after launches. So the games from BioWare that I've played at launch were Mass Effect 2 and after that, and Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and those pre-orders have always been like way before the actual launch. So this is basically what's happening with the Old Republic, is they're taking that, in my opinion anyway, they're taking that, the way they do things, and bringing it over to them. And when people aren't used to that, because usually you have a beta, a long beta, and then you've got pre-orders, and then you've got open beta, or you've got the open beta and then you have pre-orders, something like that. And it's a really short window for the pre-orders to be in right before launch, and that's not what they're doing. We don't even have a release date for Star Wars: The Old Republic, and we've got an insanely expensive collector's edition, which people are like, I don't know if I'm gonna get it, right? Because they haven't tried the game, so they don't know if it's really worth all of that money for them. And it's actually almost the same price as some of the lifetime sales we've had for Lord of the Rings Online and Star Wars, Star Trek and Champions and all that. So, it's a lot of faith to put into a product that some people know very little about. All we know really is what's on the official site and what BioWare said. And there hasn't been a whole lot of talk about gameplay. That's one of the things that I've noticed. But we have a lot of the story and the classes and the characters and all that. So in that sense, we do have a lot of info, but not enough for people to really hook them. The people that are really hooked are those that are really on the forums all the time, and these are the people that are getting really angry right now because they've been waiting for so long. And when you do that, I guess you get a sense of entitlement, and you feel like, I've spent so much of my energy in this community, I should be rewarded somehow. I don't know if they consciously think that, but from experience, I think that's what it is, because I've had this experience where I've been on fan forums or official forums for a year to 2 years before a game came out. I've done this. At the time, I was not employed, so it was really easy for me to do that. To just, my daughter was going to school, my husband worked, so, I had the household to myself, and I'm a gamer, so, and I played games, but at the same time, there was MMOs I was looking forward to, and so I just spent a lot of time talking to people on the forums, getting excited, getting hyped, overhyped, hyped more than the developers were intending us to get hyped. You sort of, you make a big deal out of something that really isn't as big as it's being presented. Your excitement kind of takes over everything. And that can be dangerous because your expectations start to grow really huge. And when your expectations are not met, and when something happens and things are delayed or pushed back or canceled, or you realize that only a small portion of the community is actually going to get a beta or something like that, you get really angry, you get really frustrated. And I don't think that's healthy. And that is absolutely not the developer's fault. It's to me, it's totally on the fan base. There's no reason for anybody to get that worked up over a piece of entertainment. I mean, we don't get that angry over movies being delayed, or even single player games. Yes, some people might, but most of us are like, oh, it's being delayed, all right, fine, push back. That sucks. It really sucks. And we admit that yes, it's frustrating and it really sucks, but you're willing to wait. And when it comes to MMOs, I think we're a lot less forgiving. For some reason, we feel like we own a little piece of those games. I think because we put so much energy into it. So that's basically what I'm saying. And the thing with the betas as well is they're not a free trial. They're not a demo for you to decide whether this game should be played or not. Okay? There are times that the developer asks for the player base to help them smooth things out and make sure that everything is ready for release and launch. And right now, about SWTOR, I would like to point out that the beta has actually been ongoing for a year, okay? And these weekends are a different thing, okay? And they're there for basically smoothing things out, and they're asking for a whole bunch of people. And I think most of us are actually going to get a chance, try it out. And that's basically what I have to say about that, is don't let your expectations get out of proportion just because, you know, you're really excited about it. I'm sure the developers are trying to do the best that they can, and what they need is not people to rage and call them names and troll people on their Twitter. What they need is for people to be accepting, and not to be accepting, but to just support them and be patient. And you know, like, and I don't know if this is going to alter people's chances of being invited to these betas, but I don't think it's a really, if you really want to be there, I really don't think it's a good idea to go and bash BioWare on their forums or on people's personal Twitters, you know. Don't think that's the way to go at all. Just, you know, hang in tight and hope you get in. And if you don't get in, I mean, it sucks. I mean, there's a lot of betas that I've been wanting to get in and I haven't. So beta test is for testing, okay? There's no reason for you guys to get all rage. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So testing is not related to the pre-order. The pre-order has nothing to do with these weekend tests. Nothing. It's not because you pre-ordered that you get to beta test. That was something I think Ion did, whatever you say that name. The Tower of Eternity by NCSoft. That they did that for that, I'm pretty sure. I remember that. But not for Tor. Okay? The Old Republic, with the pre-order, you get access right before launch. It's not a beta test. It's not an open beta. I don't even know if they're going to do an open beta. Maybe that's why they're doing these weekend tests. They're just, you know, inviting a bunch of people every weekend instead of doing an open beta. I get the feeling that that's what this is about. But the pre-order does not guarantee you a spot whatsoever. That's the main thing I wanted to get out there, because some people seem to be really confused, like, well, I pre-ordered, why aren't I getting invited, and why is this being canceled, and getting, you know, all crazy over this. And it has nothing to do with how you paid for the game. You paid for the game based on faith and based on what the site says, and you're taking a leap, and you know what, that's nobody's fault but your own. I mean, or nobody's responsibility or decision than your own. Nobody's twisting your arm to do that. I pre-ordered because I know as BioWare game, it's going to be at least solid in the story department, and that's why I'm invested in this game. I don't know if the MMO part is going to work. I don't know how good, you know, well, I do know, but I can't tell you how good the gameplay, and I don't know how, you know, how this game is going to work out within the community, the gaming community as a whole. I don't know how it's going to be received. I'm often very excited about things that people don't like Final Fantasy XIV. So, you know, I'm not the best judge of that kind of stuff. But anyway, that said, and I'm rambling now, but that said, I really think, you know, go outside, go do something else, and lower your expectations, and don't make such a big deal about this. It's just a game. It's just a game, okay? Yes, it's BioWare, it's very exciting, their first MMO, but seriously, go read a book. Alright, thanks for watching, see you later.